I was kicking
Welcome to
myself.
the May 6, 2016 edition of Colorado Inside Postgame. You'll be kicking yourself if you miss it. A social web exclusive production here on Channel 12. Let's get a quick take on a construction defects bill that many point to as a way to increase condominium building in the state, which is said to be on life support in the legislature. The Denver Post reported that the negotiation time is running out, and some major players in the discussion are doubtful of the bill getting done before the session ends. Patty Calhoun from Westward, we've heard for many years now that house prices are going up, rent is going up, the solution is more inventory in the market, we need more condos, and the only thing holding it back is the construction defects. Well, we're just going to fix this. And yet, legislative session after legislative session, it fails to get done. Again, it looks like at least this one's going to fail again. What do you think?
Well, it's too bad they didn't start a little sooner. I mean, last year, this is the exact same thing happened. What we're also seeing is some municipalities like Lakewood and even Denver are coming up with their own construction defects rules, which will work until we suddenly have a Supreme Court ruling that says it's the state that overrides the municipality. But when you look around Denver and you see the huge apartment complexes that are being built, and you wonder what those are going to look like in 7 years compared to what would have happened if we'd built condominiums that would have owners who would want to keep them in shape, it is definitely a depressing sight. You would like to be able to have more people be able to afford to buy into Denver, and right now they can't.
David Copel from the Independence Institute and DU Law School, our esteemed lawyer at the table. It sounds like it comes down to a legal question of who's liable for what and other lawyers involved. And since it's not getting done, something obviously is stopping it. What do you think?
Something.
Insightful analysis again, Dominic. Very good job.
The something is called the trial lawyers, and this is one of the structural problems of the Democratic Party. Is it used to be the Franklin Roosevelt, Harry Truman, John F. Kennedy, Lyndon Johnson party that was fighting for the little guy, including the opportunity for the little guy or gal to buy their own place and own it. And that's a really important thing for a thriving middle class. And the party talks incessantly about affordable housing, but the biggest thing they could do to make housing more affordable and actually people could own themselves would be this bill. But on the other, wouldn't be a complete solution, but it would be the biggest step that we could take right now to help out. But on the other hand, there's the trial lawyers who are the money, an important source of the money for the party, who are enjoying the loot they're making out of this and oppose, it seems, every reasonable reform. You know, you can't make building a condo like this thing that you're gonna get sued no matter what. You know, it's why we don't have nuclear reactors being built in this country because of all the red tape and everything. And building condos that people can actually afford to buy shouldn't be as tough as building nuclear reactors.
Joey Bunch joins us from the Denver Post. I'm not sure anything about nuclear reactor legislation on Capitol Hill, but as the Capitol Hill reporter, you've been there, you've seen the fight. What's the story we need to know?
Well, I think we need some political courage among the parties. You know, this issue strikes at the heart of what both parties tell their voters they represent. Republicans represent small business. Democrats support the little guy, the guy who doesn't have much money, the guy who needs to be protected. So to break this deadlock, somebody is going to have to come across. And both sides are going to have to scale back the, I was describing it before, we need a solution that's solid oak, but what we're getting is Christmas trees with all these little things dangling on it. Let's get to the heart of the issue and come up with a solution rather than everybody trying to get everything at one time.
John Bowman joins us, a freelance journalist, also doing work with BrotherJeff.com. If it can't get through the legislature, all these different sessions, is it time it just goes on the ballot?
Well, that may be. To Patty's point about cities coming in and setting up their own legislation, developers won't build in those cities. That'll be the bottom line. This is big government versus big business, and you've got one side saying we don't want to build a condo and have 7 years liability. Well, aren't you building a product that should last 7 years? That's my basic question. And so you can only build them to stand behind them for 3 years? Well, that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. And the real bottom line, I think, is all these developers, they're building these apartments, but these will be condos as soon as whatever law goes through. They will not be apartments anymore. That's what has happened to all the old, like the Hawthorne, go down Sherman Street, all the old historic apartments. Those are all condos now. That's what will happen to these new ones that are being built.
Should be fun to watch. That's all the time we have for Colorado Inside Out postgame this week. Leave us a comment, tell us what you think. For everyone here at CPT12.org, I'm Dominic Dezzutti. Thanks for watching.